Hello fellow simmers and welcome to my Let's Play of The Sims 4. Just getting started. This is a game that I've played off and on, but with the release of Get to Work and the Outdoor Retreat, I've been having more fun with it. So I wanted to go ahead and put something together and get a Let's Play started that I can share with you guys on YouTube. So without any further ado, this is going to be a little bit of a different Let's Play, maybe than some of them out there. I'm not doing any of the typical challenges or anything. Mine's going to be more of a quote-unquote role play style. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it. But as I go through the character creation, I will be kind of introducing you to the character I'm creating, letting you know a little bit about his backstory and my intention for this. Now, whether or not what I say during character creation can actually hold true, it will depend upon the circumstances of the playthrough. So we'll just have to kind of cross our fingers and see what happens. But for now, that's where we're going to start. So I'll join you again when we're in character creation. Alright guys, and here we are in character creation. I haven't done anything, this is just how it loaded in. So we'll start.
Oh, Senko
Over here. He is going to start out as a young adult. Give him. Gonna have a bit of a tough walk. This guy, he's had a decently tough life. He's basically, he grew up kind of in the wild. Okay, he grew up in Granite Falls. His parents kind of worked out at the camp there, and but something happened when he was young, and his parents disappeared. He doesn't know what happened to him. He doesn't know really who his parents were because he was still pretty young, but just the people at the camp out there basically raised him, and so he's lived just kind of off the land out in Granite Falls. Now, he doesn't necessarily know much about the land yet because he's been taken care of by the forest workers out there, and just all the populace that comes through. He'll walk into a campsite and share some hot dogs or hamburgers with the group and just talk to them. So, you know, he doesn't really know too much. So we'll get him some traits here. Now, one thing he is, though, is he is very creative. Okay? And we'll get more into that as we go. Another thing he is he also, let's see, well, I don't know, he's not really that. See here, yeah, he's a bit of a loner. But I don't know if we'll give him that yet. I'm just trying to look through here and see. He's a creative. He is a bit of a perfectionist. When he's creating something, he likes it to be perfect. And well, obviously he loves the outdoors. But I think I want to give him a... I'll take away perfectionist. I'm going to give him loves the outdoors instead.
Skibberoo.
And let's see. I think I'll make him a bit of a loner. Or do I want to do that? If he was out in the woods, would he have been... I mean, he was relying on other people. Obviously, if you're relying on other people, you can't be much of a slob because other people aren't going to like you very much. You can't be much of a glutton because obviously he was eating just what he could get. He's not materialistic. Let's see. He might be a bit gloomy. Yeah, he's gloomy. I mean, his parents disappeared. He's a charity case sometimes, so he's a bit gloomy. That works for me. So he's creative, he loves the outdoors, but he's a bit gloomy. We'll get into the aspiration a little bit later. We're going to go ahead and give him his name. His name's going to be... We'll go with Xander. Why not? And last name Smith. And that just harkens into the creativity side. You know, Smiths got their last name originally because they were the Smiths of, you know, England and such. So he is a Smith. So let's start with his look a little bit here. We're going to take off his hat a bit. I do kind of like the rugged, longer hair look. The rugged beard look is good. I think he probably does need to have a hat, but I don't know if I want it to be the hat that it started that with. I may give him more of a, yeah, kind of like a forester type hat. Something that one of the park rangers would have given him and let him keep. Probably just because it was a uniform item for them and didn't matter too much. Alright, so that'll be good. He doesn't have any sunglasses or anything. He's never really had time to go about looking for them. Now he does have a necklace. Now this is a bear claw necklace, okay? And it's what's left over from his parents. He doesn't know if a bear had something to do with their disappearance, but he does have this bear claw necklace that his dad gave him. He doesn't really even remember it. He was about 4 or 5 when his parents disappeared. I think we're going to go ahead and have him go with a little bit of a darker hair. Yeah, we do want it to match the hair, though. Guess we need to go to that. Yeah, that's not a bad outdoor hairstyle. Let it come out the back of the hat a bit. Make it a little bit darker. I don't really like how it's making his beard look kind of gray. Or that one doesn't do that. Maybe a little bit lighter, though. Go with a red. That's good. I like that. Okay. Let's go check his nose here. Yeah, character creation is one of those things where it takes a while, but that's why I'm kind of trying to tell you a little bit about him as I'm doing this. So he's moving to a neighborhood from Granite Falls. He's finally kind of moving in to the villages, and the reason for that is he wants to find out. He's old enough now. He wants to find out what happened to his parents. So he's driven to become a detective because of that. So he's going to be trying to get onto the detective branch, and he's not bad. He's not heavy because obviously he's been living in the woods. So he's a little bit thin. Doesn't have much to speak for. Thickness wise. Alright, so then alright, so how come he has a little bit of a belly? Why can't I get rid of that? Is it just... It looks pregnant. What the heck? Maybe I just have to bring that out? No? Oh, here we go. There we go. He's skinny. Oh wow. he's not that skinny. Okay. Now that I've got him skinny though, I can modify him. Holy cow. It's been a while since I've made characters, so yeah, then not quite that bad. And let's see. He's thin, that's for sure. Alright. That makes his neck really skinny, doesn't it? Yeah. A little bit more neck. I want his head to fall off his shoulders. But he's been living in the woods, just living off of what other people would give him, so he hasn't put on too much weight. He's a little gaunt, but not too bad. He'll survive. Alright. So I don't know, he obviously isn't going to have anything fancy to wear. So let's see here. Actually didn't mind too much that first shirt that it started him out with. I don't know, I'm still trying to decide. He might have a little ragtag jacket somehow. This little stuff he's picked up around the... I don't know, maybe more of like a flannel? No. See, welcome to a Let's Play with Tig, because this is how I typically am. Very non-decisive, trying to figure out, you know, and it's not like it's gonna matter too much. I can always change it later, but it's the way it goes. What I'll probably do, guys, is I'm gonna go ahead and, now that I've kind of told you a little bit about him, you know, with his parents disappearing, he's wanting to be a detective. He's creative, an outdoor lover, and he's a bit gloomy. I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead for you guys, and I'll join you again whenever I'm done making him. So I'll talk to you guys again soon. Alright guys, welcome back. I just finished making our sim, Xander Smith, and I'll show you what I came up with. So, you know, he's been living out in Granite Falls where there's a bunch of camp rangers. So camp rangers are where a lot of the generosity comes from for him. So he's just got a basic t-shirt. There was an older camp ranger out in Granite Falls that kind of really looked after him and gave him a lot of his old uniform stuff, you know, old stuff, and unfortunately that older gentleman has since passed and left Xander with what he's got. But he got a hat, he's got the bear claw necklace from his parents, just a general white t-shirt, and then an old pair of jeans, you know, a little tattered, but it works, and then a nice pair of hiking boots. Thankfully he was able to get. Let's go ahead and I'll show you the rest of his outfits. Formal, a full basically camp ranger, forest ranger type getup that he got for special occasions from the older guy that was looking after him. Athletic, he's got an old pair of jeans that he just cut off, and it's a really old tattered pair of jeans, but he cut them off to use as shorts, and then he's just got his white t-shirt, his hiking boots, and some cut-off jeans for athletic stuff. Sleep, he just has to drop down to his drawers. He doesn't really have anything special for that, but maybe someday he'll have some money. As you can see, he is pretty skinny. You can see ribs. He's not fit, but you can see a lot of definition just because he doesn't have any meat on his bones. Let's see, party. He's got this special t-shirt he was able to basically con off of the lady that ran the gift shop at the park, and so he was able to get this shirt for special occasions, so he likes to wear it for parties. and then he likes to wear his jeans and his hiking boots and his hat, of course. And then for swimming, he just wears those cut-off jean shorts. So he's yeah, he doesn't have a really spectacular wardrobe right now, but that's something that once he has himself situated, he'll be working on and put him back in his everyday. And yeah, we'll call it good. Now the hat, obviously, even as he kind of gets more, we'll have to see what he does hat-wise, because that hat means something for him. You know, it's basically he was a little kid, and you know, the older camp ranger guy just kind of came up next to him to comfort him after his parents disappeared and plopped the hat on his head and said, "Here," you know. And so, but he grew into the hat. The hat fits him now, and you know, it's kind of special. So I don't know if he'll ever get rid of that, but we'll see. So his aspiration, like I said, he wants to figure out what happened to his parents. He's trying to figure that out. He's seeking knowledge. That's true. Let's see. Knowledge may not be a bad one to go with. Let's see what the creativity is. I mean, he is really creative as well. He does like nature. But his immediate goal, I mean, this is more of a, do I want to pick this because that's where he wants knowledge? He doesn't really have a nerd brand or anything. Let's see, popularity. No. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to go with maybe the fishing. Because he's going to be able to have to provide for himself. So while he's trying to provide for himself, he's going to have to go fishing quite a lot. Now I know that in The Sims 4 you can switch between these aspirations basically at any time. And so we're not locked into just being a fisherman. If we start prioritizing a different aspiration over this one, we can swap it. And it's not going to hurt our progress any on any aspiration we have selected. So, yeah, meet Xander Smith. Let's get started, shall we? See what portrait we want for him. Yeah, that one's not bad. At least you can see his face. And I'm going to go ahead and share it to my gallery. Why not? I'm not using custom content for the character creation, so let's see. This sim is the beginning of my YouTube LP. A survivor after his parents disappeared while he was a child in Granite Falls. Xander has to learn to live off land and at the charity of the park rangers. Just park, I guess. Okay, so there you have it. There's Xander. Xander Smith. The Sim is the beginning of my YouTube Let's Play. A survivor after his parents disappeared while he was a child in Granite Falls. Xander has had to learn to live off the land and at the charity of the park. Alright, so share. Now, I do have some mods installed in my game just to make the gameplay better, and I'll include a list of those, and I may go into them as I'm playing, but I'll put a list of them in the description. So, alright, so he's coming from Granite Falls, which is obviously a foresty area. I would imagine it's probably closest to Willow Creek. So I think he'd probably move into Willow Creek to begin with. Now obviously he has the typical starting funds that you get. But I want him to have a decently sized lot to begin with. 30 by 20. They're all 30 by 20. I wish I could have a bigger empty lot. Is there a bigger empty lot in the other? What are the size? 30 by 20, 30 by 20, 40 by 30. Yeah, but he's not going to live around mansions. There's no way. He can always move later, I guess. For now, I mean, it's not like he's going to have a big house or anything. So let's see. If he was coming from the woods, okay, so let's say he came from the woods over here, then he's probably going to move to right here. I mean, I think he'd be intimidated by the walled off property over here. But then again, that may create the more isolated. I mean, obviously his neighbors are behind walls over here. But I don't know. I think he'd probably go over here. I'm gonna do this. All right, so he's gonna have a decent amount of money, but he's not really gonna have that much. I mean, he does, but he doesn't. We'll see what happens here. I mean, like I said, the old park ranger passed on and left everything to him. Unfortunately, the gentleman didn't actually have much to speak of, but it was enough to allow Xander to move on into the town. So he was able to pick up this plot of land. It's a pretty nice little place right by the water. Which is good because he'll be needing to go fishing. Alright, so let's go ahead and start building. Before anything. And, let's see. No, I mean, that's a little fancy. A little too fancy, so I don't think so. We're going to start off. We're just going to have a very generic bathroom for him. I think I'll even just make it real quick. And he's going to put it kind of at the back of the property. Three by 3, I think. No, undo. Alright, so it looks like it built a ceiling for us. That's good. Alright, so in there, obviously we need to have some furniture and the basics. We just need to have, he's just going to have a tub, I think. Well, maybe just a shower. Yeah, he'll have like a, let's see. He is a bit crafty. He puts himself together a nice little waterfall shower. Let's see. Toilets. He's gonna just kind of pick up. He's got himself an antique toilet. It's just something he found. Let's see. Can I change what it looks like? Just an old antique toilet that he found while he was moving. You know, he's one of those guys that when people put stuff by the curb, he went around and found it, found the parts. He found this old shower head. He found this antique toilet. And let's see, sink-wise. Let's see, I can kind of see him building something like this. So he had an old wash bowl from out at the camp. And again, just some basic plumbing that he's got. It's all his plumbing comes in on the one wall. And he just has it all hooked up there. And let's see. He doesn't have a mirror or anything. Let's see. Have any accents? Probably not. Pile of laundry. Yeah, why not? He's got his pile of his laundry in the corner there. And, it's fine. A light, let's see. Something that can hang on the wall, probably. Is there an outdoor style light that can hang on the wall? Oh, you could just have a lamp in there. Yeah, why not? Just a old lamp he kind of put together. Found an old lampshade, put together a light. Why not? Alright, and back to build. We need to give it a door. Just a plain wooden door. Let's make it darker. Yeah, he probably painted it. I don't know, that's a little fancy. Simple single panel door, let's try that. Kind of wish you could have like a rugged looking door, you know? That'll work. Okay. And now paint. Let's see here. He was putting together basically a cabin. He'd just have some clapboard. That's some big clapboard. Holy cow. Vertical clapboard. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. And same in the inside. It's a solid piece of wood all the way through. It's not different on the outside than it is on the inside. Okay, the floor. I think he would give himself some sort of a stone or maybe gravel floor. Yeah, maybe some brick. No, that's a little fancy. Yeah, he just found himself some rocks, made himself a nice stone floor there. Alright, so there's our bathroom. That's our building. Alright, let's check if it has a roof. No, let's give it just a simple little roof. There you go. I'm gonna go ahead and have it overhang just by one, I think. Oh, okay. Can I just move this? And move that. Come on. I don't know if I actually want it to be one over. I don't think so. We're going to make it short. And let's go with roof patterns. There we go. And we need to deal with the trim. It's so weird how there's a gap. I think I'll do, maybe this one is what I want. Yeah, there we go. Or color though. There we go. Nice little roof trim there for him. Alright. Now he's gonna have, you know, he's gotta have trees. Trees he's gonna have to cut down in order to build. Let's see, what trees do we have around? Trees like that. Don't really see anything like this. He's gonna have a willow over here close to the creek. I think I like that. Birch tree. I see some birch trees. And let's see here. Yeah, that looks similar to what we got around. Alright, so the woods kind of come in and they encroach here a little bit. Not too bad for him. And then, let's see. Hawthorn? Ooh, that's pretty. Yeah, we'll do that right in the middle. That's the tree he's going to have to cut down in order to build. There might be too much in the way. Do it over there. Alright. Let's change up his mailbox. Alright, objects by function. Let's do... Now we'll do by outdoor. The trash cans and mailboxes. He just found himself an old rusty mailbox. Nothing fancy like that. There we go. Alright, so we got his bathroom back here. We need a little bit of a light outside. Alright, so we've got that. Alright, next thing is outdoor furniture. Alright, he's got one wood. He cut down one tree over here so that he could just kind of have a little bit more of a place. He's got himself part of the trunk there. It's an ottoman. Okay, so that's the ottoman. So the other... Actually, stumpy chair. Log chairs, a couple of them, and then he's gonna need a couple of them. He's gonna have some wood set aside for him to work with. Sure really how that works. All right. Let's see, outdoor cooking, no. The outdoor sculpture, something he brought from the park that the old man gave him, I think he needs. I think the old man had a gnome. He had a gnome sculpture. And, yeah, right, there you go. Alright, let's see. Some outdoor activities. I think we would have built a planter box just to have it. And yeah, we would definitely have a fire pit going, if it's going to be rocks. Okay, so let's put this around. Okay, and he'd have himself just a little tent that was given to him by the old guy. He's gonna sleep over here in the shade of the tree. Just a little cooler. And let's see, for fun. Yeah, for fun, he's built himself a nice little horseshoe pit. The other thing he's got is, let's see, activities. He's got a woodworking table. And does he have any other activity stuff? He might have an easel, but I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, we'll give him a little easel that he had put together for activities. I mean, he's creative and he likes the outdoors, so why not paint pictures of it, right? So we'll do an easel. See. Any other kind of activities? Is there a desk you could have put together? No. Go that, and then one over here for his work area. One by the horseshoe pit slash we'll do two there. So we had some lanterns he brought from the camp. Alright, so hopefully this is going to be enough to get us started. And yeah, so that's our camp. I'm not going to call it a house because it's a camp. And double checking that there's not like a bookshelf or something we have. I don't think so. All right, so live mode, and welcome to Camp Xander. And welcome Xander to the camp. So with that, I will see you in the next part. Take care.